Coming up on the Daily O, another Stillwater teen arrested. We'll give you the details on the charges.
And OU continues to make national headlines as the university decides how to handle a case of rights. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Friday edition of the Daily O. I'm Kendall May Stark.
And I'm Tyler Tripodi. We're glad you're with us. In wake of the controversial Jesse Butler case, another Stillwater teen has been arrested and charged as an adult in connection to the rape of a 16-year-old girl. Cannon Porter, who was 17 at the time of the incident, was taken into custody on his 18th birthday. According to court documents, the assault occurred on November 10th at a Stillwater home. Police responded to a sexual assault investigation at 3:25 in the morning, where the victim reported being raped and strangled by Porter. Porter claims the encounter was consensual and denies strangling the victim, saying his hand was on her cheek. The victim told a forensic interviewer that Porter applied pressure to her neck during the assault, causing difficulty breathing. If convicted, Porter could face 5 years to life in prison.
An OU grad student instructor is on leave after a student claimed she was graded unfairly for referencing the Bible in a psychology paper. Samantha Folnecki said she had earned perfect scores all semester until this assignment, where she received a 0. The instructor says her paper didn't answer the prompt, relied on personal ideology instead of science, and was at times offensive. A second instructor agreed. The rubric required a clear tie-in to the assigned article, a thoughtful reaction, clean writing, and at least 650 words. The incident sparked online debate, and OU says the discrimination complaint is now under review.
Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond is escalating the state's crackdown on illegal robocalls, and this time the targets are some of the biggest names in telecom. Drummond, working with the multi-state anti-robocall task force, directed 4 major voice providers to stop carrying suspected illegal robocalls. He says those companies have continued to transmit hundreds of thousands, even millions, of fraudulent calls, despite years of warnings. The move comes after Phase 1 in August, when 37 smaller carriers were put on notice. Since then, 13 providers were kicked out of the FCC's robocall mitigation database, and several cut off high-risk customers linked to scam traffic. Drummond says the ridiculous flood of illegal calls must end and promises more enforcement is coming.
The expanding spread of eastern red cedar trees across the state is creating an environmental catastrophe. New research out of Oklahoma State University shows red cedars are crowding out grasslands, drying up groundwater, and acting as a tinderbox, dramatically increasing the fire damage for many rural and suburban areas. At the same time, the dense cedar stands are creating a humid microhabitat that supports the survival and spread of Lone Star tick, a species linked to disease and even a red meat allergy caused by alpha-gal syndrome. Experts warn that this combination of wildfire fuels and tick-friendly cover is especially dangerous now, and they urge landowners and residents to consider proactive cedar removal or prescribed burn programs and to take precautions against ticks when outdoors.
Well, finals are right around the corner, so let's check in with Aaron Stinson to see how we can help de-stress. Aaron?
Thanks, Tyler. Let's check out our weekend preview. The Tulsa Oilers take on the Wichita Thunder at the BOK Center in Tulsa. Puck drop at 7:05. Also tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder look to make it 14 wins in a row against the Dallas Mavericks. Tip-off at 8:30. And finally, on Saturday, Swedish metal band Avatar is at the Tulsa Theater at 7:30. Well, that's all I got for the weekend. Back to you guys.
It was a warmer day here in Stillwater, but let's check in with William Manziel in the Weather Center to see if that will stick around this evening. Will?
Yeah, Kendall, like you said, it has warmed up today, but that's not saying much for how cold of a week we've had here in Stillwater. Right now, it's about 53 degrees outside, and it sure feels like it. And our winds are coming from the south at 3 miles per hour. And if we take a look over campus, we will see that we have sunny skies over campus as we move into the evening. That's all I've got here. Let's send it back to the desk.
Well, after a string of 20s, I'll take that 53. When we return, how a Stillwater leader will be sticking around.
And a holiday classic hits the stage in Edmond. The Daily O returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas. Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Stillwater Mayor Will Joyce is set to serve another term after running unopposed for the city's top job. The Stillwater native and OSU alum first took office in 2018 and says his priority remains the same, seeing long-term projects through. He points to progress like Block 34 and the city's new 20-year plan, which focuses on land use, housing, mobility, and infrastructure. Joyce says water infrastructure will be a major focus as Stillwater prepares for rapid growth, including a multi-billion-dollar data center project already underway. The mayor also says he wants to connect more personally with residents through in-person events and community outreach. Will Joyce will officially resume the position in 2026.
A holiday tradition is growing in Edmond as the third annual Edmonds Nutcracker returns with its biggest production yet. The youth-led ballet presented by the Oklahoma Youth Arts Foundation is expanding with more dancers, new partnerships, and live music. For the first time, the show will feature the Oklahoma Community Orchestra and the Edmond Fine Arts Youth Chorus, adding full orchestration and choral performances to the classic holiday ballet. This year's cast include young performers from Edmond and communities across the metro, ranging from 4 years old to young adults, all supported by more than 40 volunteers. Organizers say the production reflects their mission to bring high-quality arts and education and meaningful performance opportunities to Oklahoma youth. The dancers take the stage this weekend as the Rose State Performing Arts Center. Tickets are available online.
After a period of cold weather, we may be able to look forward to warmer temperatures. Let's check back in with Will to see what we can watch out for. How we looking, Will?
Yeah, guys, taking a look at the radar, we're going to see that as we move into the night, we're going to see some cloud coverage come through Stillwater, but other than that, it's going to be pretty clear skies. No rain or anything on the horizon. Now, as we move on, as we start looking into Saturday, into Sunday, we're going to see that there's going to be absolutely nothing. My job just got a whole lot easier because there's not even much cloud coverage coming through Stillwater. It's a nice, clear, cold, but clear day ahead of us. Now, as we go Sunday into Monday, we're going to see pretty much the same thing. There will be a bit of clouds going on, so that sun might hide away for just a little bit, but for now, we're just going to see that the weather is going to stay relatively clear. Now, some things I think you should be looking out for as we move into this upcoming holiday weekend. We're going to see another cold week, as I've said before, but it is going to be a little warmer than it has been in the past few weeks. It's going to start warming up a little bit on Tuesday with a high of maybe around 60 degrees, and we're going to have some sunny days ahead, but that's all I've got here at the radar. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, William. When we return, a deal that could redefine the future of entertainment.
And more information on the arrest in the D.C. pipe bomb case. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table. and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
In a stunning shakeup for Hollywood, Netflix has struck an $82 billion deal to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. The move would marry the world's largest streamer with one of the industry's most iconic studios, home to HBO, Harry Potter, and DC Comics. Netflix says the combined library will define the next century of storytelling. The deal is structured as cash and stock, including a massive $59 billion bridge loan, and values Warner Bros. Discovery at more than $27 a share. But it still faces heavy antitrust scrutiny. Lawmakers from both parties have already warned the merger could give Netflix too much power in the streaming market. The deal does not include Warner's cable networks like CNN, TNT, or TBS. If approved, this would be one of the most significant entertainment mergers in modern history.
A man accused of planting pipe bombs outside both National Party headquarters the night before the January 6th attack is now facing federal charges. Federal agents say 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr. left 2 pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC on January 5th, just hours before rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol. According to sources familiar with the case, Cole told the FBI he believed conspiracy theories about the 2020 election. Cole is charged with transporting an explosive device and attempted malicious destruction. The FBI has not publicly released a motive. Court documents note that President Trump's false claims of a rigged election were central to the investigation into the events leading up to January 6th.
A shakeup with the Supreme Court on Capitol Hill. Lizzie Hoisington has the details in our Political Pulse. Lizzie?
Yes, Tyler. The Supreme Court met to decide the legitimacy of President Donald Trump's plan to limit the right to citizenship at birth. The eventual ruling will determine whether the president's proposal can move forward under the administration's view. Birthright citizenship would be given to those who have at least one parent who is a U.S. citizen or permanent legal resident. Solicitor General D. John Sawyer argues the proposal is not enough to be subject to U.S. law. Birthright citizenship has long been interpreted under the 14th Amendment. The right was added as a constitutional amendment after the Civil War to ensure former slaves and their children were recognized as citizens. Well, that's all I have for the Political Pulse. Back to you guys at the desk.
A major reversal from the CDC's vaccine panel, which has rolled back the recommendation that all newborns get a hepatitis B shot at birth. The panel, now led by members appointed by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., voted to let parents of babies born to Hep B negative mothers delay the first dose until 2 months or later. The change goes against decades of public health consensus. Experts warn it could leave newborns vulnerable to a virus that can cause liver failure and cancer. The universal birth dose has been standard for 30 years, cutting pediatric hepatitis B cases by 99%. Critics call the new guidance confusing and dangerous. The CDC's acting director will now decide whether to adopt it.
With the new year just weeks away, Pantone has unveiled its 2026 color of the year, a shade called Cloud Dancer. Pantone describes Cloud Dancer as a billowy, balanced white meant to soothe and symbolize a fresh start. The company calls it an ethereal hue that reflects our search for calm in a fast-moving digital world. The Color Institute says the shade offers a promise of clarity, quieting the noise of daily life and giving people a blank canvas to reimagine their future. Pantone is also launching a new creative initiative next year, commissioning artists to interpret Cloud Dancer in limited edition designs. The first collaboration is with artist Emiliano Ponzi, who's creating a special tote bag showcasing the 2026 color. The design will be available on Pantone.com.
Penn has hit paper for the future of Cowboy football. Zach Berger is in the Sports Corner with the details right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Zach Berger. Thanks for sticking with us. While it might have been just a formality this morning, the Board of Regents has officially signed off on the hiring of Eric Morris. All the papers are signed for the current North Texas coach to make his way to Stillwater. Morris is set to earn $3.8 million per year over the next 5 years. His contract also calls for a $100,000 pay raise each February 1st. In addition to the contract, the agreement also calls for Oklahoma State to pay $2,377,000 to North Texas for the buyout. And speaking of Board of Regents approvals, it is now a go to build OSU Wrestling a new training center. The OSU Athletic Department has requested and was approved for construction of a $16 million wrestling facility. It's expected to be about 62,000 square feet on the north side of GIA. It'll include a 16,000 square foot practice gym with 6 mats, a dedicated training area, and grandstand seating. There will also be a 2,000 square feet space for the existing coach's locker room, as well as the transformation of a parking lot into a landscaped plaza. All funds are expected to come from private donors, with construction expected to take about 12 to 18 months per President Jim Hess, once all the money has been collected. Also, today is David Taylor's birthday, so what a present for the Year 2 head coach. And hey, it's a three-peat for Brian Musow with some postseason awards. For the third straight year, Musow has been named the Big 12 Runner of the Year. Following his third straight Big 12 title and fourth place finish at the NCAA Championships, Brian Musow is the first man in conference history to win Big 12 Runner of the Year 3 times. and his success is just one of many who has led to OSU becoming cross-country blue bloods. Dave Smith wins Coach of the Year. Pokes are now 4th all-time in national titles and have the 2 best winning scores in the last 20 NCAA championships. Lastly, a couple weekend events for some Cowboy and Cowgirl squads. The combined 17-1 OSU basketball teams are set for a doubleheader inside GIA on Saturday. Cowgirls finally back home after a long road trip, taking on Mississippi Valley State at 2 p.m. They hope to sure up some things before a big-time ranked Bedlam matchup just next weekend. Then the Cowboys are looking to continue their historic start and stay undefeated. They'll play at 6:30 later that night against Grand Canyon University. GCU hopes to make it a good one, with already a good handful of close matchups this year against Power 4 teams. Finally, we have Cowboy Wrestling, who will be out in Illinois for a Cougar Clash all day Sunday. The 5th-ranked Pokes are one of 8 teams participating, with 5 of them being ranked. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. A teenager in New York is taking on some heavy lifting. Kendall and Tyler have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Indie horror icon has made its way back to the silver screen. Chance Annis has the details in your A-List update. Chance?
Yeah, Tyler. It's time to hit the lights, cycle through those camera feeds because Freddy Fazbear is officially clocking back into his shift on the big screen with Five Nights at Freddy's 2 out now. Former night guard Mike Schmidt has been hiding what really happened from his 11-year-old sister Abby, especially when it comes to her beloved animatronic friends. But when Abby slips away to see Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy again, she unknowingly triggers a chilling chain of events, unearthing buried truths about where Freddy's actually came from and the darkness behind it. You can check it out in theaters right now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for Freddy. Back to you guys.
A 14-year-old in New York City is turning paper folds into real-world innovation. Miles Wu recently won a $25,000 grand prize for an indigenous origami-inspired structure that can hold more than 10,000 times its own weight. Wu's project investigated a repeating patterns of parallelograms that collapsed and expands efficiently. By testing 54 variations and running 108 trials, he found configurations that were extraordinarily strong and light. Judges at the Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovators Challenge called the work a rare combination of elegance, originality, and engineering relevance. noting its potential applications in deployable shelters, portable structures, and disaster relief design. For a kid whose first creations were paper, animals, and insects, this win just shows how powerful a mind can be and how even a simple sheet of paper might one day help save lives.
Well, Miles is certainly doing more with his life at that age than I was. It's time to raise a glass to the freedom of being able to raise said glass. Today is National Repeal Day. On this day in 1933, the United States officially repealed Prohibition, bringing an end to the nationwide ban on alcohol. The repeal closed the door on 13 years of speakeasies, bootlegging, and organized crime, and allowed American bars, breweries, and distilleries to return to business. Today, many communities host special events, historical tours, and of course, cocktail celebrations to commemorate the day. So, whether you're a history buff or just enjoying the freedom to sip responsibly, National Repeal Day honors a major moment in America's social and cultural history. If you're taking part in any Repeal Day festivities tonight, remember to drink responsibly. Now, Kendall, you can't celebrate National Repeal Day, but Will and I can. So, Will, how's it looking out there tonight?
The only thing prohibited this week is any weather above 60 degrees apparently. You see, today our high was about 49 degrees and tomorrow it's going to be in the low 50s, but as we move into the rest of the week, we're going to see those highs are going to dip back into the mid to low 40s. As Sunday it's going to be 44 and Monday it'll be 48, but the sun will be out. On Tuesday we're going to see a rise in temperature high, as I said before, to about 60 degrees, which isn't very high, but it's higher than we've been seeing. And on Wednesday it's going to start dropping a little bit as the clouds come back out, back to 57 degrees on the high, and on Thursday we're going to see a high of 56 and that sun will be returned.
Will, once again, you always understand the assignment. Thank you for the good weather next week.
Appreciate
now,
it.
speaking of things that we've got going on here, I've got some Santa hats. Chance, you're here with the reindeer tie. Kendall, you got the elf hat. So we've got the whole Christmas workshop here. So I'm curious, what exactly are we churning out for Christmas here? What's at the top of everybody's list? Well, why don't you go first?
See, I don't know. I'm not good at choosing gifts, but like, hey, just give me some food. I'm good.
All right, I can respect that. Zach,
See,
what you got for me?
I've gotten sad. I'm getting old, so like now I want things to help me out, right? Like a hat rack and some things for like the new apartment after I graduate. So it's necessity though. It's a necessity.
It is.
Chance.
I'm gonna have to say Polaroid film. It's too expensive to buy myself.
You know what?
So
I can't believe
getting
that.
it as a gift would just help a lot.
What about you, Tyler?
Me personally, as Zach said, I'm also getting old. I just asked for some socks. I was like, starting to get some holes in the ankles. I need more socks. Kendall?
I asked for a tote bag to carry my laptop
somebody
to work.
had to get it. There we go.
To work.
I like it. I like it. There we go.
But-
All righty.
All right, guys. Well, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
The Daily O will be off air for winter break, but in the meantime, be sure to check out the Daily O Collegian on Instagram for the latest happening in Stillwater and across our state. For the Daily O, I'm Tyler Tripodi.
And I'm Kendall May Stark. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
And National Repeal Day.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at home feeling.